Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome back to this special edition of Talkin and Grubbin. I'm back with more of my top 10 GOAT Super Bowl champions. At number 3, I have the 1984 San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers were seeking their second Super Bowl in 3 years, and they had the team to do it. They had the MVP quarterback in Joe Montana. They also had running back Roger Craig. They had a very good defense anchored by the linebacker Keena Turner. Also, they had a great secondary. Ronnie Lott was one of the best corners in the game. They also had Dwight Hicks as well as strong safety Carlton Williamson. They were ready to prove to everyone that their 1981 Super Bowl title wasn't a fluke. So they came into the 1984 season and hit the ground running. They got off to a 6-0 start as they dominated most of their games. Then, in week 7, they suffered a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But after that, they never looked back. They finished with a 15-1 record, another NFC West title, and the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. The 49ers had one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in the NFL. They were top 10 in every offensive category. They were second in total offense, averaging 397 yards per game. They were fourth in passing, averaging 243 passing yards per game. They were third in rushing, averaging 154 rushing yards per game. They were second in passing TDs, which they finished with 32 passing touchdowns per game. That equaled 2.2 TDs per game. They were third in rushing TDs with 21 total rushing touchdowns. That equal to 1.31 TDs per game. And they were second in points as they averaged 27 points per game. And also, they were tremendous on the other side of the ball. They were 10th in total defense, giving up only 323 yards per game. They were 17th against the pass, giving up 211 passing yards per game. But they were 7th against the run, only giving up 112 rushing yards per game. They were first in points allowed, as they only gave up 14 points per game. But they were 11th in sacks, as they finished with 51 total sacks. That averaged out to 3.18 sacks per game. But they were 10th in takeaways with 38 takeaways. Now, with the regular season behind them, the 49ers were very primed for the postseason and ready to get back to the Super Bowl to get that second Lombardi. But a few teams stood in the way of that. And they definitely knocked down those barriers, starting with a dominating 21-10 win over the upstart New York Giants in the divisional round. Then they followed it up with a 23-0 shutout in the NFC Championship game over the upstart Chicago Bears. And they were back in their second Super Bowl for the first time in 3 years. Heading to they didn't have to go too far from home as they played in Palo Alto against a great Miami Dolphins team. But the 49ers made this dynamic Miami Dolphins team look pretty pedestrian in the Super Bowl as they dominated 38-16 to win their second Super Bowl title in 3 years. Joe Montana, he was named Super Bowl MVP, rightfully so, as he had a monster game. He finished with 331 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, with a QBR rating of 127.2. Roger Craig, he got it done on both sides of the ball with 77 receiving yards and a touchdown. Well, 2 touchdowns, and also 58 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. The 49ers defense, they forced a few key turnovers. They forced 2 interceptions as well as a fumble. Now, people are going to ask, why did I rank this 49ers team so high? I mean, yes, they were a dynasty back in the 80s, and to me, this was the best team of the 80s. Now, that's saying something. You know, if I pick a team that doesn't feature Jerry Rice, as he was drafted about a year or two after this Super Bowl title. But this team was very deep. They also had it going on both sides of the ball. As a matter of fact, I think this team was a little underrated. I don't think this 49ers team gets this just due. They finished 15-1. That's very rare for any team then and now to finish with that kind of record. You know, they had a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. They had 10 Pro Bowlers, 9 All-Pros. That's another thing that's rare these days in today's NFL. If I had to rank any 49ers team from that dynasty, I would say this is the best team. All right. That's 8 down, 2 more to go. What do you think about the 84 49ers? Do you think they should be on this list? Why or why not? Leave your comments in the chat. Till next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute.